I lost 180 pounds, and here's what I ate today to shed 12 regained pounds. Boo. So I already have my salad seasoned up with dressing and got that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I need my tomatoes. It's already on there on the. I already have it scanned in. I keep tomato. Wait a minute. Zero you out, bad boy. Get some tomatoes. Almost forgot them. My stars and garters. Okay. So now there's the tomatoes. All right. So we've got our salad ready. I would kind of like to take like a Mediterranean flavored something, but I forgot my Greek seasoning. Hang on. So I'm doing this in things that I want to heat up. So I have my seasoning, Greek seasoning. That can go in. I want that to go in the microwave. So that's fine to be heated up. What is the red onions? I'm okay. Well, how about I zero it out? I'll zero that out, and I'm going to, hang on. I love red onions, but I think they smell like B.O. Like B.O., buddy. B.O. So we're going to put some red onions on there. Okay, 54 grams. Got a thing over here. Onions, 54 grams. All right. I'll put that together when we're done. So 54 grams of onions. I do want the yogurt. Thought I had a spoon. I do want the yogurt to be hot. I don't know why, but let's see how much we got here. All right, 92 grams of yogurt. So lastly, for the things that get heated up, we'll add a little bit of this feta cheese. You know it's going to swarm on me, right? Hang on. I'm just kind of... This is actually Mediterranean flavored cheese. All right, so 41 grams. So that's all that I want. That's going to be in the microwave. So I'll put the lid on this, and then we'll get ready for the cold stuff. I just can't do this with one hand. So I have 40 grams of these sweet pickles. And it will, it's those. So I actually took the pickles and so that way tomorrow's Terri won't have to deal with it. And lastly, 15 grams of black olives. Remember when I lied and said that was the end of it? I was wrong. We're also going to add a few tomatoes. So tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll microwave the ground beef. And then afterwards, I will dump these cold things into it. And that will be our Mediterranean Greek / Euro in a bowl. And then we'll have a salad. So that's what I'll be taking to work tomorrow. Current situation. We got Sammy there. Baxter's right here. Hi, my sweet baby boy. Look, he's my boy. He says, guys, she getting on my nerves. See, oh, thanks, Bubba. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Callie's out laying on the back porch. She just ain't social. Let me get right. She's not a cuddle bug like this boy. Okay. Ooh, I'm dropping you. All right. See you tomorrow. It's a nice, cool breeze out here, but I am going to take my jacket off. I have red hat ladies tonight. So, hopefully I'll remember to show you whenever I get my hat on and I'm all dolled up. I did have to add a little bit of everything bagel. So I was, had my meat in the microwave, and then I gave it a little stir. I'm like, that's kind of bland. So, so I took that off. But then I went ahead, or I added that. So I went in and added our tomatoes and black olives. Y'all, I did not realize just how many calories black olives had. This amount was like, I think 100 and some odd calories. That was high caloried, and something else was high caloried, and I was like, oh man, what was it? Onions, tomatoes, I don't remember. Anyway, as we go over the macros, I'll tell you more, but there was something I was like, holy smokes, that's high calorie. Black It wasn't the Greek yogurt because that was only 50 something. Hang on, now that I'm obsessed with it, I gotta find out. Derp, it was the cheese. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I have cheese in there. So yeah, the cheese was definitely, it's like 100 some odd calories, and so was the black olives. So, that's really good. But that's good food for thought. So if I go somewhere and have antipasta, oh no, yep, the antipasta is good, but girl, slow your roll on the cheese and slow your roll on the the black olives. I just didn't realize they were that much. But anyway, they're good though. Can't tell me nothing about that. So how you doing? Today's my Tuesday, so that means it's your Thursday. And I'm doing, like I said, each day I'm doing better. Last night and the night before, I sat out with the dogs on my back porch, on my back patio, I mean. Now, I have this little step stool because I ain't sitting on the concrete. I love my Sammy. I love him to death, but he pees on the concrete. And it's so gross. So there's like stinky dog stuff, you know. So I have this little step stool I take out. My salad. So I've been taking this step stool out and sitting on it and just brushing their backside and brushing Baxter. And you know, sometimes we have to grow as a person before we realize what we're doing isn't really the best. Which is why we have to work on forgiving ourselves for things we've done in the past. Which is something I really, I talk about, I need to work on. But I didn't just go outside and brush the dogs. I sat inside and, watched TV and would pet them from inside. Or if one of them climbed to my lap, I'd pet them. But I didn't, one of those things you know better than you do better. So it's kind of like, well, of course you have so much fur in your house, you dumb. Once I took him outside last night was the first night, whenever the first night was. Once I took him outside and I was brushing Baxter and all this hunks of fur was flying off, like, well, yeah, you ding dong. Of course you're going to have to brush them. And so, again, know better, do better. And I think of whenever I first moved in and I had all the dogs and I didn't have someone coming and picking up the poop, I knew better than to do some of the things I was doing in my past, like in relationships and stuff. But I didn't care enough to do better. So sometimes I'll talk about my ex, the past relationships, and I need to say 100% that both divorces were mutual. The first one, he wanted to, we were both immature mentally, even though age-wise we weren't. But mentally we were immature, and he did like to go out and do stuff, but I didn't. And so I never compromised and went out with him. And so he did compromise and stay home with me sometimes. I didn't keep a clean house. So it's all these things that I look back on and I'm like, man, I was not a good wife to my first husband for things like that, Now, don't get me wrong. He'd go out, party, get drunk, come home and throw up in the floor or on the bed, So it was a mutual thing. But when I look back and I own it, I'm like, yeah, I was not a very good wife. And then the second husband, same thing, well, not the same thing, but I lived away, 8 hours away from my mom, and I was so depressed. I never cleaned the house, and I didn't brush the dogs there either. They just ran wild, and I was so depressed. I just didn't care because I wasn't near my mom. So I want to make sure I say right up front that I was not a good wife. I was not a biblical wife. So in the past, when we did things that we did together, we did them together, and I was not an ideal biblical wife. So again, when you know better, you do better. So now with the 4 dogs, it was so much, and I was overwhelmed and in over my head, so I wasn't taking them outside to brush them and doing the things that a dog owner should do. But again, learn better and time to do better. So that's kind of what I'm working on now, is learning to do better. I look at sweet Sammy and Callie and their sweet ghost faces, and I'm like, it's not that I've neglected them for the past couple of years, but I have spent so much time investing in Lou and all his issues that my eyes were closed to their aging process. But anyway, now it's open, so now I know better and I'll do better. So just sitting outside with them and spending more quality time with them versus just them come up to me to pet them kind of thing. Just plopping down on the bed when I see Sammy laying on there and just laying up behind him and rubbing his belly a little more often. I did that before, don't get me wrong, but just doing it a little more often and trying to be present in the moment. That's something I want to work on, is being present in the moment. So anyway, yeah, that's enough heavy. I love you guys, and I'm going to go back inside and eat. I'm thinking of maybe on break later, taking a little trip and do a little retail therapy. I want to get some like longer sleeve stuff that's a little more on the dressy side, like nicer. That's something else I have been, and it's the culture here. It's fine for staff to wear jeans and t-shirt, but when I first started, the culture was dress business casual. So I have allowed myself to kind of dress down, which again, it's totally acceptable, absolutely fine, but I feel better whenever I dress the part. And so all of my, I have a lot of sweaters and warm weather, nice type things, but I don't have a lot of summery things or fall things, so lighter things that I could even wear inside right now. So I want to kind of go and peek at the thrift stores really quick, or just the 2, run in and kind of look at some of their longer sleeve stuff, see if they have anything that's like a little on the dressier side. So that's my goal. I'm, today or after work or whatever, I'm going to kind of take a look and see if I can find some things that are a little on the nicer dressy side for work. So, all right, I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, I have red hat ladies tonight. A lot of times they wear fun, big old things in their hair. So on lunch today, I had some retail therapy at Cato's, and that's where I got this fun little thing. So if you're new here, you're over there. Sorry. If you're new here, the red hat ladies and I, we meet here. It's called Pagliais Pizza. Pagliais, there's kind of a big debate on what to call it. But anyway, so we meet here. I always get a pizza bake. So it's like a pizza bowl. And then I get a one trip salad, and that's what I get. So I can't track it. So today won't have macros. But anyway, yeah, so that's Red Hat Lady Day. And today I've worn a red flowery bow kind of thing, but and I'll try to show you the lady, so I gotta get in there and get our table. So all right, I love y'all, and I'll show you what I eat.
Gives off the most air.
Would be
More perfect. And it's easy to put in my purse.
Very perfect.
Yes.
My husband dug out one of our one fan that he'd had, I don't know how long, and took it apart and put it back together.
I'm going to show you all the
other
salad bar in just a second. I'm going to show you all the salad bar so that way you know what I get. That's what all is on the salad bar, and I'll make my salad up and I'll show you. That's the salad bar.
The way ours are set up,
I know I get too much dressing. Don't be judging me.
3 years.
Delicious.
It's all cheese.
There, I got a 10-inch all-meat pizza bake.
Yeah, it's better.
Look at that sizzling. So that and my one-trip salad. And Palmy made this cherry lemonade sourdough bread, so I had a little piece of that too. God, it's a good thing I don't track on these days. Hey, so I'm home. Definitely no macros for the day, but I ended up having 2 pieces of her sourdough bread. It's about that size, and it was delicious. And yeah, so no creamy tonight. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I get when I go there. Today I had a 10-inch pizza bake. Usually it's an 8-inch. I just wanted to see what it was like. Hopefully, I'm not going in September because I'll be at something else that time. But hopefully in October, Terry will remember to get the 8-ounce because I was full. But there was always room for some bread. So that's what I had. So all right, I love you guys, and that was my evening. So I'll see you tomorrow.